So hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Deb's Corner. It's Deb here. So in this video, this is going to be a part 2 of the previous video where I talked about how to get how to start investing initially. This is the second part of that video. So we are now at this point where we actually have funds in our accounts right now, right? So we have funds in our brokerage account, investment accounts, and then we want to basically start investing. We want to start buying shares. So how I go about starting that whole process is, first of all, looking at the different sectors in the stock market. So the stock market has 11 sectors. I'm going to read it off. I have it on my phone notes. My phone is off. So I have it on my phone notes. I'm going to read it off. There's energy, materials, we have industrials, we have consumer discretionary, we have consumer staples, we have healthcare, we have financials, information technology, that's tech. We have telecommunication, and we have utilities, and then we have real estate. Now, to just break down just a few, technology stocks are basically software companies, software developers, all those stuff fall into that, into the tech stock. And then we have healthcare. Healthcare is self-explanatory. Communication services, those are your internet cable providers and also wireless providers. Materials are like raw materials, things that we use to build our economy. So that's what companies that offer that service falls under the material sector. Then we also have real estate. Real estate includes residential, it can also include industrial, all that stuff. So companies that invest in that kind of stuff would be under the under the real estate sector. What else? Consumer staples. Those are like things that we eat or use on a regular basis. Food, beverages, that stuff will fall into that. So those are sectors. So what I usually do is go into these sectors, look at a sector that interests you, right? For me, it's tech, because tech is booming, right? So for me, it's tech. You can look at healthcare. Healthcare, I think, is going places because there's a whole bunch of research, people trying to cure, companies trying to cure cancer, trying to cure genetic diseases, and all that stuff. So I think healthcare is going to supersede. Energy is another one that's getting there too. So you go into a sector that piques your interest, right? So for me, it's tech, right? Like I said, tech, healthcare. So I'll go into tech and I'll look at companies within the tech sector, technology sector, that are doing well, that are like, and by the way, let's sidetrack. I usually look at companies, large cap companies, because you can vouch for them. So you can tell what's going on. They're always in the news, not always, but they tend to be in the news, and you can tell what's going on in terms of operations, in terms of how they are inventing products and creating products and all that stuff. And you can also tell whether a company is innovative. You have a broad range of news forums to go to find out information about that large cap company. Large cap means large capital companies. So I'll do that. I'll go in there and I'll look at companies that are doing well within that sector, and then I would then go deeper. So say for instance, we're looking at I like AMD. You're looking at AMD. AMD wasn't doing well for a couple of weeks to months. It's starting to pick up now, but it wasn't doing well before. So my love for AMD goes beyond what I've been hearing in the news. It's like way before, because they've been doing so much. The Intel and AMD they're rivals, right? So they're within the same industry. But now AMD is, I think, doing well. Intel not so well, but I would look at AMD, and my love for AMD goes far beyond what's happening now, or what happened a few weeks to months back. But now they're doing well. So I'll go to AMD. I'll go into their company's profile. I'll go into their financials, data, and just look at all that. And I'll also go to their performance level. You have benchmarks for the performance levels. I think you can do 3 months, you can do 6 months performance levels, you can do a year performance levels. You just go from month to year, how they've been doing. Have they been climbing up, or they've been Have they been going down? Have they been going down? So you look at the performance level, you look at all that, you look at news too. Like I said, you just look in the previous video, you look at news and you see, okay, what news is surrounding this company? Are they changing CEOs? Are they about to go bankrupt? Like, you look at all that and all your research, all your digging, all everything, if that seems solid, then you go ahead and your beliefs, not your beliefs, but your love for the company seems solid, then you go ahead and take the leap. You buy a share. Now, I'm buying a share once you have your investment account. Buying a share means you go to the, so if it's AMD I'm looking for, I'll go to AMD. AMD, and there are ticker symbols for each company. So AMD is AMD, simple. So if you're looking for something like, let's look for another company. Apple, AAPL, that's their ticker symbol, right? So you go to AAPL for Apple. So every company, every public traded company has a ticker symbol. So ticker symbol for AMD is AMD. It's pretty simple. So you go to AMD. So you type in your search, wherever your brokerage firm's search engine is to find a company, you type that in. Say for instance you're using TD Ameritrade, you would type that in there's a search engine that says search, or I forgot what it says exactly. So you type in that company's name. Once you type it in, that profile for AMD will come up. So what you will see on TD Ameritrade's search page, you will see AMD, you'll see the price of the stock at the moment. You would also have options below to choose whether you want to do options. Options is something much deeper than buying stock, so we're going to get into that in a later video. But for now, you just type in AMD, you see buy or sell, right? So you want to buy AMD, so you'll click buy. So once you click buy, there should be an option for you to buy market, limit, right? So I usually focus, the two that you need to focus on is the market or limit. So a market, when you buy on the market, you buy shares on the market's price, right? That means you're paying the market's price. So if AMD is going for, what is AMD? Let me quickly look at, AMD is going for $90.90 right now. So that's the market price, right? So if you click market to buy and you click market, what that means is that you're choosing to buy AMD for $90.90, right? But limit is the amount, limit price is the amount that you yourself want to pay, not the market price, because the market price is $90.90. So say for instance AMD, you looked at the performance level for AMD and you're like, AMD is worth $88. I'm just gonna buy it at $88, right? So you look at that and the market share is $90.90, right? Limit price means that you yourself, the buyer, wants to buy AMD at $88 because you value AMD at $88. So limit, you put in your limit buy for $88, right? No, it doesn't matter whether the market is selling for $90.90. You believe that AMD is worth $88, so you put in that limit price for $88. So what that means, you put in that limit buy for $88. What your brokerage firm is going to do is it's going to search for sellers who are willing to sell their AMD shares for $88. If they do find one, yes, then your buy is filled, right? Then you get AMD for $88. So if it's not filled, you have an option, by the way, when you put limit buy, you have an option to decide when you want that order to go through and when you want it to expire. So you can do a day order where it's like, okay, if it doesn't go to $88 by that day, then I don't want to buy it anymore. Or you can put a GTC order, which is good to till canceled, meaning, and then you have a specific date, I think it's 6 months ahead. You have a specific date so to have that order filled. So if within that period your order is not filled for that $88, it's canceled. But if it is filled for that $88, then your other order is filled. So I like limit buy because it gives you control of how much you want to spend. So yeah, you put in that buy for AMD, whether you want to buy it for market or limit, you put it in, and then once it's filled, you've just bought your first share of AMD. So I forgot to mention here, so before you even look for limit or market buy, there's a section that says quantity. And that quantity section, that's where you decide how many shares of that company you would like to buy. So in this case, it would be AMD. You have money in your account, and say for instance you want, in this case I was talking about just buying one share. So you would want to put quantity 1 because you want to buy one share at $88 limit price, or $90.90 limit price, but you submit $90.90 market price. Whatever amount you put on, so if you're buying a limit buy of $88, it would be $88 times 2, and that will be the total that will be deducted from your available funds to buy shares. So wanted to make that clear. Always make sure quantity is okay first, and then go to the limit or market buy option afterwards. So that's how it works for majority of the stocks. You just have to do your own research and figure out, okay, this price that if I'm buying limit, this price that I'm actually wanting it for, is it realistic? Because you can't just look at AMD and say, oh, AMD is $90.90, I want to buy for $50. Realistically, if you looked at the performance levels, AMD hasn't been $50 for a while. So the chances of it getting to that point before that 6 month or 5 month expiration on your order is little to none. So do your research. After you have done your research and check price levels and checked performance levels, then you can go and then make a smart, realistic decision on how much you want to buy your stock for. You don't always have to buy stocks at market price. You decide what price you want to buy stocks. Now, if it's a hot stock, like something's like you just got news that something is going to pop, right? You want to get in. Yes, market price, getting a market price at that point is a great idea because the stock is looking to go up. So you're going to profit by being in that or buying shares of that stock at the moment at market price. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just talking based on my experience on starting my own investment journey, and the things that I wished I had out there, the basic level investment instruction that I wish I had out there and I didn't find, and I just chose to create on my own just to help other people out. So please do your research, please read up, always get a second, third, fourth, fifth opinion on anything you see, anything you read, any advice given to you. Always get a second, third, fourth, fifth opinion, because a lot of people have a lot to say, and we always need to do our due diligence and find out more information about the topic that we're hearing. So until my next video, I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.